Hey, welcome back to Room 237. Coming at you with another zombie film. Try to get through this quick because my allergies are driving me nuts. This is actually a movie that, when I did my zombie movie collection video, I actually forgot to mention this. But that is Planet Terror. And yeah, this is just an insert, because the actual Blu-ray I have is like this. Guess I could have gone like that. Yeah, Grindhouse. Of course, this is the Blu-ray. This is the only way you can get the whole Grindhouse experience. Yeah, Grindhouse was a 2007 thing that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino did, where they try to make an authentic 70s Grindhouse experience with, theater type stuff about popcorn and where the exits are from the 70s. Fake trailers that a bunch of horror directors got together and make. And they did a double feature. Each one is an hour and a half. The first one was Planet Terror by Robert Rodriguez. And then the second one was Tarantino's Death Proof, which was actually my least favorite Tarantino film. It's the only one I don't like. So, I had seen Death Proof before, but I'd never seen Planet Terror, so the first time I saw it was through the Grindhouse experience. And Planet Terror, and even Death Proof, but mostly this one, it's a zombie movie. A very, very over-the-top movie. I mean, both directors did a great job at making the 70s aesthetic. The whole movie is gritty, grainy, scratched up film. It has sorry, my allergies. Tons of gore. It does have CGI, but tons and tons of just nonsensical gore. Basically, there's this group of people. There's one guy who's created some sort of zombie virus, and then Bruce Willis is the general of these soldiers. They wear these masks that pump this shit into them. And this guy that has it is sort of dicking around Bruce Willis, so he frees the agent into the air. And there's this small backwoods town in Texas where, like, Rose McGowan is a stripper. Her ex-boyfriend is this guy named El Rey. And, it's a whole group of main characters to follow. And it's just this town that's overrun by zombies. I mean, Josh Brolin is sort of a OCD doctor. Wendy Peppercorn from The Sandlot is his cheating wife. Michael Bean is the sheriff, and his brother is this guy JT who runs a barbecue place. And it's pretty much, everyone's little story that all ends up at this barbecue place. And at first there's an accident. Rose McGowan and that guy El Rey are riding around in his wrecker. He swerves and it rolls over, and there's this silly part when they're upside down, because he was just talking to her about not to swerve when you see a deer. So she's upside down. She's just like, I thought you said when you see a deer, you're not supposed to fucking swerve. Zombies rip her out. They take her leg. It just becomes this big thing. Like later on in the hospital, he slaps a table leg on it. And it's supposed to look ridiculous. Everything in this movie is supposed to be over the top. Even some lines of these super Hollywood lines of delivery. you get El Rey's been in trouble with the law, so Michael Biehn says, you're not allowed to have guns, you can't have any guns. The whole movie's about him not having a gun. Tom Savini is one of his deputies, and like there's this scene in front of the station when there's Tom Savini comes in, like, one of those guys bit my fucking finger off. It's his ring finger. So they go outside, one guy finds his finger and goes to give it to him, zombie bites it. There's all this zombie carnage going on. And Tom Savini's trying to get his wedding ring, but every time he does, something happens, so he drops it. They all end up at the barbecue place. And there was this cool thing where, like, her and El Rey go to have this sex scene. But then the film cuts and it says, a missing reel. Sorry for the inconvenience. But then when it cuts back, it's like, the building's on fire. There's all this stuff. The sheriff's been attacked, and he's talking to El Rey. He's like, no, if I had known you were El Rey, I would have trusted you before. So it's like, it's like purposely we missed some stuff, and I'm sure back in the day, that was a common inconvenience, was missing reels. But, there's a lot of plot stuff, so I bet it was like a funny way to get the movie from here to here with just a cut without having to explain it, so I thought that was kind of clever. That one doctor, there's this running thing where her hands are all fucked up because Josh Brolin finds out she's been cheating. And she has like these 3 needles, yellow, blue, and red. So like her husband's taking the needles, like stabbing her in the hands with them. But when he gets to the red one, he gets interrupted, so her hands are all fucked up. She goes to pick their young son up, and he is babysat by, my phone's over there, by the something twins. Can't remember who they are, but they are so fucking annoying. I wanted them to get killed. Like, you see that they're laying on the couch with their feet on each other, like doing each other's nails, talking. Yeah. So much that when they stop doing the other one's nails, the other one's like kicking her with their foot. The kid's kind of weird too. He has this droll of talking. Like, he has all these pets. He's like, spiders, it's spiders. There is this ballsy scene though, when she takes the kid to her dad's place, played by Michael Parks. Well, I guess it's the same character from Dusk Till Dawn, also directed by Robert Rodriguez. She has him take a pistol out of the glove box. It says, if anyone but me comes to the car, you shoot him. So she gets out, she looks in, he's kind of playing with it. She's like, and don't watch where you're pointing that, you'll blow your face off. So she's walking away, then we hear a gunshot. So she's like, oh shit. Goes back to the car, and now normally you would think, oh, it's just a scare. He was pointing at something that went off. No, the kid actually blew his fucking face off. So like, okay, so this movie went there. And once they get out of the barbecue place and going down the road, and I mean, every time they hit a zombie, it's like a fucking shower of blood everywhere. Even JT's dog jumps out the window and gets run over. They get to this bridge with all the infected, and Bruce Willis's military is there. They take them all back, and there's these 2 guards. One's played by Tarantino and this other guy. They take the doctor and Rose McGowan to this room, and like Tarantino's gonna rape her. Oh, and like whenever they take their mask off, you see like infections growing on them. Like Bruce Willis becomes this big, like bulbousy mass. You find out that they wanted to release the virus because they contracted it. You find out Bruce Willis killed Bin Laden, but then they had this biological warfare. They caught it, but where it was such a small group of people, they didn't think they could find a cure. So if they released it into the main population, someone would work on it and find a cure. So like Tarantino's going to rape Rose McGowan, and like there's this scene where everyone's looking at him, and he looks down, and it's CGI, but like his balls are like dripping off of him. And he just becomes this messed up mass. El Rey comes in, he slaps a rifle on her leg. And I think that's pretty much what this movie is known for. Like, this just over-the-top action stuff, like her sliding down, like, using her leg. And, I mean, I'm sure everyone's wondering, like, how does it fire without her pulling the trigger? The movie is just so over-the-top. It's just, like, you know, that kind of sweater logic I don't think applies. You know, they're outside, there's all this stuff, like, explosions, so she flies, like, 50 feet in the air, and, like, does all this, like, stuff with shooting. It ends with all the survivors, like, in the Middle East, and then she has, like, a Gatling gun, and it has, like, a Hollywood ending with El Rey dying and saying corny lines. Like corny romantic lines that is in serious movies that comes off as cheesy, but they pump the cheese up to 11 with this, and it makes it fun. You know, it's not really my kind of movie per se, but I always have fun with it. It is silly, it is crazy and over the top. Like, it's not silly in like Shaun of the Dead or Evil Dead 2 kind of way. It's just silly and over the top 70s Grindhouse kind of way. I definitely like it way more than Death Proof. I don't. It'll be a while before I review Death Proof. But Planet Terror, you know, it's definitely different. It's certainly fun, gory as hell. Which, yeah, it does have a lot of CGI, but plenty Tom Savini type effects also. I'm all stuffy. So with that, I'll end the review. Definitely an over-the-top but fun movie. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. I mean, Grindhouse was big, but it was a box office flop, which sucks because then you did get... Because I'm sure they would have made more like double features like this in this style. But it did do a great job at capturing the 70s look and feel. And yeah, plenty of gore. Totally fun. So, for Road 237, thank you for watching.